It's me, Susan Jasper. I was watching Kathy Burr and Colleen this morning on their channel, and they had prompts that one of them was cheer and silver candy. I forget the other one, but I was trying to find something I could use for those prompts, and so I started looking through my Tim Holtz dolls, these, and what clicked to even do any in the printmaking is because I've been doing a lot, it's almost daily, model printing on jelly plates. So, maybe it's just because I was just doing this yesterday, I don't know, but I was looking at them, because I've been constantly also wanting to do image transfers anyway, so I'm always looking for things that maybe would work. I'm always trying all kinds of stuff. I think it's got black ink on it, so I thought, well, it's worth a try, you know, and because you can always wipe them off, and I did. And by the way, I found that you can get a couple out of just the same one. So I'm going to show you a couple ones I did. These are my first run of them. I haven't done a lot with them today. I've been kind of focused on making a little more complex sort of prints with these guys, rather than just a simple thing like that, which is cool, right? And anyway, so yeah, so they work. It's pretty cool. I have, these are just all on regular, like, this white paper that comes on a big roll. I think you get it like at the, I don't know, the deli department or something. I'm not sure, but anyway. So yeah, so I did all these today. Like I said, you can see like on this one here, I'll show you that this one I did twice. This lady here, twice. This guy here. You know, and I realized also that the potential for them to come out better is definitely there. I'm still learning the whole image transfer technique, because the paint that you put on your plate, what you put on your plate before you put your image down, it can't be too thick, it can't be too thin, it can't be dry at all. There's a lot of variables in there, and it also depends on what color that you use. I'll show you some examples of my bad choices there, but today's been a really learning thing today. I've learned a lot. These were the ones I did this morning. So the ones I've been working on today, it doesn't look like I got very far, but I've also been kind of like trying to wrap my brain around doing something different than basically not just using just one plate, but using two plates to do this. So right now with these guys, one second, did I put, where'd they go? Oh, he's right here, okay. So let me show you this. This is the first plate that I used. And what I wanted to do, it's hard to go back and forth explaining this kind of deal. So here's what I wanted to do, okay? I wanted to be able to pull a print that had some elements behind them, right? So that I could pull a print. Let's pretend this is not a paper doll. It's actually the transfer on the paper. I wish it would turn out that great, and it probably could, but I may be picking the wrong ones. There's a lot of contrast here. But so what I did was like, okay, do I want this spaces like this behind them, like this, like that, right behind them, or in front of them, which would be using this plate, which I haven't gotten to yet, but that's this plate right here. And in this case, we're using these. I would pull this print. Actually, no, I wouldn't. I think what I would do is I'll go ahead and put on the layer of paint, and then put my paper dolls down like this, and then pull it as usual, and you end up with something like this, right? And my daughter's knocked on the door, and I'm live right now, which is really, I'm not live, but I'm recording right now, and I'm not starting over, so she might keep banging on my door, I don't know. Anyway, so you'll see this stuff in front of it, which I think is going to work a lot better than me trying to, as I've been doing on this other plate. Let me get this off of here for a second. As I've been doing on this plate, which is, this is actually, the ones I've been using, this is actually the ones that have the images on them. And that's how I got some of these other ones. You guys know how I got this, right? By placing these on the plate. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Okay. Anyway, so, yeah, I don't want to start over. Anyway, she just handed me something. I need it. Anyway, so you know, this wasn't, you know, just placed it on a piece of paper, right? And then obviously because they're green, you can see I went right over the top of them. And then pull these off. So you probably know how to do that. And then, so I knew I was going to have 2 opportunities to use these image transfers. There would be this option here where I would put them on top of this thing that I pulled, but I also knew that still I'm going to have, because I'm using 2 plates, I still have this, and I haven't, this has been sitting here for some hours now. And I'm actually more excited about this. But when I first started doing this, and I was trying to figure out how to use some stuff like this behind them or in front of them, how would it work, blah, blah, blah. I thought it'd be kind of more interesting rather than just having, you know, just a regular, not that these aren't cool, but, you know, like just, and that's fine, you know, just be really cool on a tag, you know, or an art tag, or, I don't know, she can use it for a lot of different things, but I wanted to like take it up a few notches, right? Make it some more interesting, add some more stuff behind it, front it, I don't even know. But I think what we're going to do now at this point is I'm going to use the one on my other plate, and these things are going to be in front of them instead, because as you saw here. Also, side note, I don't print like everyone else does. You might see me doing some things that other people don't do it that way, but I do. I find that when you're pulling a print, you're not necessarily always stuck with that. If you, for example, there was one that I did, that's kind of cute, right? There was one that I was doing, I think it was this one right here, this is a good example of what I did. I haven't pulled this paper up yet, I haven't even pulled this one yet, but I went back and I actually, because this didn't come out very well, I don't know where he is on the other one. Give me a second. I tried to get really organized before I started recording this, and I thought it was pretty organized, but oh, it's right here. Oh, this guy, yeah, this guy right here, this guy. Here's the one where I printed on top of the paper, like you saw the one that had the green flowers on it, and it didn't show up very well. I think it's because I did it backwards. This green is far brighter and more intense value than this, I believe this is a burnt umber color. So if I would have done it the other way around and done this background in a raw umber and did the photo transfer and something bright like the green, I think it would have had a better result. So that's something I'll remember for next time. Anyway, you can see here where he is outlined here, and I printed him over here. Here's the pull with this was him, and you can't even really see the dog, and you know, and it's like, it's just not, it's I could still do something with this. I still think maybe you might have some fun, because there's a lot of grunginess I really like about it, so it's not a total fail yet. We'll see how I can maybe do something with that. We'll see. Anyway, and then this one, her, as I just showed, she didn't come out very well either. It was really faded. I really lost where I put her. Where'd she go? Well, it came out really faded. I know. I just showed it. It was the brown on top of the whatever color it was. Well, that's the different people. Well, anyway, I can tell that it wasn't going to be very strong print, because I can see it by flipping the plate over, right? And I'm like, okay, well, that's, so I went ahead. I'd already I hadn't pulled it yet, and so I went ahead and I put it onto this one, on this plate where I'd done the black, because the raw umber was not dark enough. So that, okay, well, I'll go with black on top of this green, right? On top of this one, like I did here. Thinking, well, maybe that'll be a better contrast, it'll work better. But there's not a lot of her there. So what I'm doing right now at this point is I'm printing her back into this space. It's right here, underneath her is an open space just like this. It's under her right here. So I went ahead and I moved it over to give it sort of like that shadow effect around her. I thought that might look kind of cool. I thought I might do that again with the guy with the dog. I might go ahead and come back in and do a photo transfer of him in here. As far as doing the same colors for a photo transfer, they actually look okay. This is one right here. And this one's only because I forgot, like I did put this blue on my plate, because I think it's an ultramarine blue, and I stuck these down on the plate, and I waited a little bit. I pulled them up, and then I pulled it. What I forgot to do, what usually in the meantime people will do usually, is they put the paint down they put the image down. Well, in this case, though, it's different because usually people are using magazine pages, and these are paper dolls. So that's a big difference already in itself. Unless people are cutting out their own figures out of a magazine, then that's not really, wouldn't apply. But I really love this because I've been wanting to do collages. I have a lot of stuff to do collages in monoprinting that I've done, but I'm not going to show right now. But I'm doing a lot of collaging stuff and then piecing them together and then pulling prints from them. I'll have to do that another time. I'll show some of that another time. But anyway, to make it original, you know what I mean? Because when you're doing copies like this is not my image. I did not take this photograph. I don't know who these people are. So I kind of want to, you know, do something more with them so that it changes it up a bit more. You know, I think this is pretty much a fail. I think this is more of a fail to me. Maybe not. If I went in with like something like bright red or something, maybe. But we'll try it because it is good to know. I think it's not, I don't know where that one went to, but we'll see. But I think it's interesting how well this one turned out. Like I said, the amount of paint has to be just the right amount. I'm having issues with it drying really fast. I'm in the suburbs of Phoenix, basically Arizona, and it dries so fast. But obviously I was pretty quick here, and the fact that I pulled it and this same color is the color of the photo image, I think looks pretty cool. So I'm hoping I can kind of get the same effect doing it in black right here with this lady. Let's go ahead and pull this right now while we're doing it. Let's go ahead and let's do this. I'm not expecting a whole lot because this is the only detail that's in it. And it's been sitting here for a while. Also, when I will show you, I don't know if I'm going to do it this video, but I think I'm just going to make this a premiere video, and then I will go ahead in a video later tonight. I will go live and I will actually demo the stuff I'm talking about right now. I'm just kind of showing where I'm at with this, and I'm experimenting with it and having a lot of fun. I don't know anyone else that's doing this with Tim Holtz paper dolls, or paper dolls anyway, period. I think part of the reason I thought of it too, by the way, because I'm already doing the collaging stuff anyway that I want to do for my monoprints, and cutting out images and stuff that are like, you know, fussy cut, for example, like these birds right here. And I'm getting off topic again. But some of these right here, they're good for either as a mask or as a transfer. Some of these would transfer really good. Like this one would transfer pretty good. And it depends on the, you know, on the magazine. It depends on a lot. There's some variables for sure, even with these dolls. But anyway, this is kind of what got me thinking about the paper dolls, and also because they're in these containers. This also helped probably, like, with the, you know, the light bulb went off because these are all, if you guys have seen these cases, probably, I think everyone has these. The big case, and they have like several of them. I have two of them. One's all clear. The other set I have is, you know, the rainbow colors like this. So there's a variety of things that kind of got me to this point. But so for Tim Holtz dolls, this is what I've been doing, and so I just discovered this today, and I'm already kind of like trying to take it up to another level. I mean, just the fact that it transfers is cool, you know. Then now what? So I've been doing that all day, trying to figure out how I can make these interesting, other than just because otherwise, you know, to be real honest with you, if you've already thought it yourself, I have, which would be simply, why don't you just glue it on there? You don't need foot. There you go, wham, right? Well, the reason why is because it's not the same effect, right? Yes, I could glue that on there. I totally could. There you go. The problem solved, right? You know, I don't need to go and do a photo transfer. But the photo transfers look so much cooler, though. And not only that, if not only for the fact that maybe you want this sort of a look anyway, if you're into kind of a grunge and this sort of like old photo-looking thing, they wipe off. I wiped the paint off. This is not the same couple, but you can, the paint wipes off. You can use them again, whatever. It's just, I find it more interesting. You have more availability, more use out of the paper dolls rather than just one use, which is take it and glue it and you're done. That's the end of that one, you know. It gives it more use out of these paper dolls. So there's that. Now, let's go ahead and pull this here. I'm kind of hoping it's going to look cool because you can see I offset it when I went and put it down. How I lined it up, you know, it's probably obvious. It's the wrong side. Anyway, she was already on the plate. I just hadn't pulled it yet, and so I decided to put directly onto this plate. I'm hoping to get a lot of this grunginess off of here. I think this black is kind of cool, so let's see how this looks. Why am I pulling it that way? The reason I'm pulling it this way is I'm watching it as I'm pulling it. There's been times when I have no problem doing this. If I see a section where this is sticking to this plate, I will go in and I will grab a palette knife or whatever I need to do and kind of ease it over so it will go ahead and pull it off the plate. I've also even gone so far as to go this far, and I will take a little bit more. By the way, I use these ones. I use this olive matte medium, by the way. That's why you're not seeing other additional colors when I'm doing the pulls, because I'm using this so that I can go from layer to layer without a different color in between it, which that wouldn't work if you did that. But anyway, so I have done that. So let's see. It's kind of cool. It's kind of ghostly, you know. It's been on here for a while. It is like, oh, yay. And even this guy right here on the end, let's do the guy with the dog right here. I even had something left on this plate, and that's why I was doing that, because this image of her was still on here. There was a little bit of him left on here, so I lined it up and decided to, you know, pull from it. So that's that. Now, okay, so I need to find a one where I did of her, and I thought it was of her that, I guess I'm thinking of this guy with the dog. I could have sworn I did one of her on something and it just didn't come out because it just wasn't contrasty enough. But I guess I'm thinking of a different one. I guess I just knew in advance to not bother trying it because I knew it's just what I would get. So I figured I'm just going to go ahead and just do this right off the bat. I think it looks pretty cool because I've only used him once so far and I wiped it off with water. I'm going to go ahead and try him again with a different color. In this case, I probably will do black again, actually. I'll probably do black. And just like I did with her, and I'll just kind of offset it so that it's kind of like a, you know, like that kind of, right? Then I might do a third one where I can actually print on top of this with any number of found items. Could be leaves or flowers or whatever. You know, this is all die cut stuff here. I'm really excited to pull this, to do this one here with these guys, and actually having, instead of having these photo transfers be on top of something, which is more of a challenge because like some of these, there was paint left over from a prior pull and it was going right across the face or whatever, and when I caught it, I went in with a little bit of water and a paper towel and wiped it off of the plate so that it wouldn't transfer onto my paper from the paper doll, so that you could actually see the face and have the black smudge across their face. So you can save things as you're going. You totally can do that. But I'm thinking I'm liking this though. I think this is going to be something I'm going to like. I'm liking this in front of it. I'm excited to do this next. So the other ones I have ready to do are these girls here. I do something similar here with these girls that's been moved around. But essentially, like, there's an oval right here behind her. And I'm going to do essentially what I did here. You know, I'm not going to do paper dolls. I will do, since they're working out, well, it doesn't really matter because I have to use 2 plates to do this. But what I do first is I don't even do the paper doll doesn't go on yet. And what I do is I do these first. You know, like I showed you on how I did like that one, right? And then when I go to do the photo transfer, which I'm going to do, and when I do it, I'm not going to do it this way. I'm going to do it this other way. I will do it this way first this time, rather than doing it with the positive negative space, right? So this is where you have the flowers are there because the negative space around it, and then you have to try and hopefully get this image to be really readable and discernible with that stuff behind it. It's a learning. You know what? But I'm learning. I'm just showing you some mistakes or things that maybe you try it this instead. So this is going to be looking a lot like this. There's going to be like this oval there and stuff like that. And then when it comes time to go ahead, like it is right here, I could put the dolls right here where exactly where I want it. You know, and I'm going to put, okay, there you go, right? And let's say we used, put these guys out just for no reason. It's just sitting there. Okay, so I have these on the plate. Put my paint down, right? The paint has been down. I don't know what color I'm going to use yet. I haven't decided yet, but whatever color that is will be behind everything. But as you know, everything that's on the plate first will be in front of everything. So because I can do that, I can kind of arrange these guys to where his face is not where something's blocking his face, right? I would put it in here. I'll use someone else, but that's not going to work. Also, this other branded dolls, I don't know what brand these dolls are, but they're really cool and I'm excited to use them. They're just interesting anyway. But her face right here if you, just as an example, I'm probably not going to use that, but you can kind of get like right here. I have them over where I want them to be, and now I can go ahead and go with the rest of it and go ahead and do my final pull, and that's what I'm going to do later tonight. I'm going to do that in a separate video. This is just basically, I'm just kind of showing what I'm working on today. It's kind of a process video, my new discovery video. I'm using I think this was here, right? Yeah. And it's just, it's kind of exciting, you know. I'm looking to see what possibilities are there with this. And even not this necessarily, but any image you cut out of a magazine, really. It's just interesting, or it's, to me, I find it is helpful to me because I have so many of these dolls. And it's kind of fun to find something else I can use them for other than just gluing them onto something, you know, and get a whole other sort of effect with them and do tags with them and have some interesting stuff going on. So I thought that was kind of cool. And I'm going to go ahead and that's about it for right now. So, but yeah, there's a lot of, I can see a lot of opportunities and different things to go with this. There's a lot of cool stuff. There's other Tim Holtz products I would like to use. You know, there's these alcohol inks, there's distress inks. You can use all that on the gel plate. And I would use these guys. So I'm going to really kind of dive in and get all my Tim Holtz products out. And then hashtag Tim Holtz. So I'm sure he'd like to see anybody doing something different with his products. And I'm just thrilled it works. Not all work as well. I want to make a side note. Some of these, I'm not sure if they're working as well because they're not as black and white. There's some of them like more of a brown umber color, like some of these right here. So they have to be, you have to find the ones that have a lot of contrast in them, you know what I mean? Let me find one that doesn't really have any contrast in it. That one is the only, except for her shoes. There's not a lot of, you're not going to get a lot off of this from a plate. I just don't think that you would. Whereas, let's say, these girls here, there's more contrast in here, and I would use that one. So, but yeah, and I have so many of these. This isn't the only container I have, but man, there's like a Christmas one somewhere, or some Halloween somewhere. So, I think that I'm gonna have some fun. Oh, the other thing I want to do, the ones that are like sitting down, there's some that are, you know, are sitting down, or some of them are like their arm is reaching out like they're grabbing something or holding on to something. I have some ideas of what I'm going to do with those too that I'm going to incorporate either in the background, you know, like this, where it'd be like behind them or something in front of them, or a variety of different things, and just kind of mix it up with some animals and maybe some like birds, like I said. You know, I can go in here and use, I don't know what I went to. The birds can be included in here somewhere. Just have some fun with it, you know what I mean? Yeah, I have some like really large ones too, where, you know, you can include, for example, maybe some really small ones. This is a very good example, but you kind of get what I'm trying to say. Just have some fun with it. You know. Okay, well, thank you for watching. If you've not subscribed, please do. I'm almost to 300 subs, and I'm going to have a big giveaway for my 300, when I reach 300 subs, I'm going to do a giveaway, and I'm just trying to get myself out there. I have some things I feel I can offer, and maybe not so much this because I'm just still learning it, but just some of the things that I do. I would like to do some classes on color theory for sure, and just some other things like that. But anyway, please subscribe and like, and come back, and I'll be doing a process video tonight. Oh, and also I have these smaller ones right here that I got because I cut my I had a 12 by 12 plate. This went this way, I guess. I had a 12 by 12 plate, and I cut off 3 inches off of one side so that this plate, there we go. This plate is now a 9 by 12. This used to be a 12 by 12 plate. Now it's 9 by 12. And I like it better because there's paper I can use. It's easier to find paper to use for a 12 by 12. Because I like having the border on my prints. I like having that, you know, the plate mark on it. It just looks better, I think, if that's what you're going for anyway. So anyway, so that's it, and thanks for watching. Bye.